Hey guys, Plug FM here again. I know I haven't uploaded in like a couple days. I think like 4 or 5, maybe by the time I'm looking at this. Um, I've kind of been stumped for an idea, and one finally came to me. Uh, I've got the whole setup here. I've got the ring light up. I mean, it's not even a ring light. It's really just projecting a ring light. Here, I'll show you guys. Bro, this is like, look at this, bro. We got it projected from the Switch. It's tragic. But yeah, we also have the script. For the first time ever, we have a script. So hopefully that goes good. Typo negative hoodie. I mean, I should have worn a Slipknot shirt or a corn shirt. I mean, you guys know about the topic of the video. Alright. That's enough introduction. Let's get into the actual video. Hey guys, so after watching this and editing, it kind of sounds like I don't know a lot about nu metal and that I don't like it. I love nu metal. That's what kind of got me into rock and metal and all that stuff. Yeah. Alright, so Plug FM, back again. And today we're going to be talking about nu metal. I mean, even if you didn't grow up with it, you probably know it. You probably know the vibe. You know, we got Korn with their bass lines and JD's like whatever he does with his voice. We got Fred Durst screaming about breaking stuff. We got Slipknot looking like whatever they do. I mean, they look like a horror movie or something. I mean, that's what I've heard doing my research from this video. Someone said they look like horror movie villains. I don't think that's true. I think they just look like guys in masks and red jumpsuits. But yeah. Nu metal was everywhere in the 90s, like the late 90s, early 2000s, but then it just, kind of disappeared. One day, bands like Limp Bizkit were, like, selling out arenas, and then the next, people were pretending that they never listened to them. So, like, what happened? What happened here? How did nu metal go from being one of the biggest genres in rock to being just clowned on? Let's get into it. All right. The rise of nu metal. So even though the whole nu metal thing blew up in the late 90s, its roots go back earlier to like 1994, where Korn dropped their self-titled album and their debut album, Korn, which I'm sure we all know. And it kind of just kicked the whole thing off with, low-tuned guitars. We got like weird, funky bass lines. And that tone too, that bass tone is just actually like nasty, bro. You just gotta hear it. And then JD's like mix of like whispering, screaming, and just straight up scatting. You'll know what I'm talking about with that if you just listen to Freak on a Leash. I mean, everyone's heard that. It's the most popular one. But yeah, they weren't the only ones shaping up the nu metal sound, because we got bands like Rage Against the Machine. Hey guys, so this is during editing. I forgot to mention, I really like Rage Against the Machine. They're one of my favorite bands ever. Yeah. Faith No More. Yeah, they kind of paved the way with like blending rap and rock. And like mixing like, heavy riffs with like hip hop rhythms. I don't know if that makes sense. But yeah, the whole genre was like built on this mix of like aggression and like groove and like it sounds corny, but I feel like there's a little bit of like teenage angst in there. I mean, you can kind of hear it. But yeah, people ate that stuff up, man. They enjoyed it. All right, the peak. So by the late 90s, nu metal was really dominating rock. Like, even if you weren't around back then, you've definitely heard about the biggest bands from that era. We got Limp Bizkit, Slipknot, Linkin Park, Sode, System of a Down, Papa Roach too, Korn, Deftones. They were all massive. And this was when the whole aesthetic like really took shape. We got baggy jeans, we got chain wallets, we got backwards hats, we got turntables and metal bands for some reason. Don't ask me about that. But yeah, I mean, the whole thing was just about being loud and like rebellious and just being different. Like taking metal and rock and just redefining it, making it something new. Albums like Follow the Leader, Significant Other, Hybrid Theory, and Iowa were everywhere. I mean, even if you weren't alive back then, you've probably seen videos of like Woodstock '99, where Limp Bizkit literally told, where Fred Durst literally told the crowd to like just break stuff because that's one of their songs, I guess. I mean, not I guess, I like that song. It's a pretty good song. And you know, they just started breaking stuff. They started like ripping wood off stuff and lighting on fire. You know, that's how wild that was. All right, the backlash and decline. So, like any trend, nu metal got way too big, way too fast. You know, labels started signing every band with a down-tuned guitar and a rapper-singer combo. And, you know, before long, it just got super repetitive. At a certain point, people started getting tired of the same angry, edgy, suburban kid angst stuff. And, you know, by the mid-2000s, the backlash hit pretty hard. Metal fans thought nu metal wasn't real metal. You know, critics trashed it for being cringy, and a lot of bands either broke up or tried to evolve. Examples of that are Linkin Park ditching rap metal and going to alternative. You can hear that in Minutes to Midnight, I think. Deftones leaning more into shoegaze and like post-metal stuff. And I mean, Korn, they made a dubstep album for some reason. I still don't know how I feel about that. But yeah. And then on top of that, metalcore and post-hardcore just started taking over. You know, bands like Killswitch Engage, Avenged Sevenfold, and Bring Me the Horizon just became the new face of heavy music, and nu metal just kind of faded out. Did nu metal really die? I'd say no, not really. It just kind of went underground. I mean, as underground as you can be with these big bands like Korn and Slipknot and System of a Down. I mean, they still sell out arenas and shows to this day. I mean, even Limp Bizkit kind of made a comeback, which is kind of ironic, but, you know. And I mean, a lot of newer bands are bringing nu metal influences back. There's a couple bands that have the same mix of, like, groove, aggression, and, like, that little bit of, like, weirdness to it. You know, even some rappers, too, are kind of bringing that rap rock energy back. So, no, I wouldn't say nu metal died, like, fully. I feel like it just isn't dominating the mainstream like it used to do. All right, so here's my final thoughts on this. Will nu metal make a full comeback? Honestly, I think it kind of already is. Just in a different way. You know, a lot of younger bands are blending nu metal with modern production, trap beats, and metalcore influences. You know, it's never going to be the biggest genre again, but there's still an audience for it. Definitely. And, you know, at the end of the day, nu metal is just that, like, it's kind of like that one, like, embarrassing phase, like, everyone goes through, you know, like, cringy, over the top, but also kind of fun, you know? I mean, yeah, some of the lyrics and fashion choices didn't age too well, but the music, a lot of it still hits, I'm not gonna lie. So, yeah, whether you think nu metal should stay buried, or you're still blasting Iowa, or, you know, Self-Titled by Korn, or, I mean, Life is Peachy is my favorite album from them. But yeah, it definitely left a mark on the whole metal scene. All right, so that's my take on what happened to nu metal, and let me know in the comments if you think it deserves a comeback or if you'd rather keep it in the past. Like, subscribe, all that stuff, and I'll catch you in the next one.